What is up, you guys? Brooke here, and today is day 14 of the Strike Back Videoathon. So today's topic is disappointing book reads. Books that you read that you were excited for that actually turned out to be kind of bummers. So let's go ahead and get started with the round. The first book I'm going to be talking about today was the third book in a trilogy that I loved the first two in. I flew through the first two books in 2 days, and I just could not wait to see the conclusion, and I was so sadly disappointed by how it all turned out. And that book would be Mockingjay by Suzanne. This is not the book I wanted to pick up. I liked Fault in Our Stars. This is not the book I meant to grab. I meant to grab another blue book. Let me go ahead and get that one, okay? I meant to grab Mockingjay. Sorry, John Green, I meant this one. I was just so saddened by everything happening to all of my characters I had fallen in love with, and I just did not like it. I didn't like the direction it was going in. There were parts of it I liked, there were, but not very many. Everything just wasn't going according to plan. I didn't like Peeta, I didn't like Gale, I didn't like what Katniss is doing. There were lots of things that Katniss ended up doing that I was like, you know what, in real life, if this was me, with all the crap she's been through, I would have probably been choosing the same things that she did. Man, oh man, this was just a very disappointing read. Out of all of these, I was the most disappointed that this one was not the book I wanted it to be. I'm gonna go ahead and get Fault in Our Stars off of my book pile to grab. The second book I'm going to be talking about is Afterworlds by Scott Westerfeld. Field? I don't know. Field. I was really excited to read a book by Scott Westerfeld because I'd never read a book by him before, and lots of people really liked the Ugly series, and there was, I think, maybe a couple other books they had read, or written, excuse me, and I just had never known to go pick those up. And I got about this far into this honker of a book. I got 160 pages into the book whenever it has 600 pages. This book is about a girl who's in high school, and I think she's like on the very border cusp of finishing high school, and she gets a book deal that is by one of the big, huge publishers in New York. I mean, what a dream. That is like every young writer's dream to get that happen to her. And she got, I think, a really good advance, and she ends up, instead of going to college, she ends up moving to New York City. And it should have been like the best thing ever to read. I mean, what a dream, but I just didn't like it. I didn't like the main character I was rooting for. It also was interweaving her story of getting published and going through all that experience, and also her story that she was actually writing. I mean, this sounded like such a good premise, but I didn't even enjoy the story that she had written. I was just like, it's okay, it's fine. I didn't like it. I had given this book a chance. I had given this 160 pages to change my mind, to make me keep going, and I just couldn't. Third book I'm going to be talking about is The Heir by Kiera Cass. I loved the selection books. Those were so much fun. I mean, it wasn't like my all-time favorite books, but boy oh howdy, I really got into the ridiculous drama, and I got into the fun of having it kind of be a Bachelor scenario, but with princesses and princes and kingdoms in the future, no less. And this was the spin-off series to what happens after the first selection books. This character, I understand that she has an arc. I understand you're not supposed to like her at the beginning of the book, but I just don't like her butt, okay? I don't like her. I just don't like her at all, like at all. There were times where I enjoyed having more of a sassy side and having more of like this different side to someone who's not likable and who's going to be hopefully redeemable. But even near the end of this book, I was just like, why are all these guys trying to fight for her affection? I know she's going to be the queen, but really, why are you wanting to be with this chick? Yeah, this was just disappointing because, I mean, once again, like the selection books weren't like the best writing ever, but they were fun and I loved them, and I was just kind of wanting to have more of it in this next duology spin-off series, and I just didn't get what I didn't get the fun that I had with the selection books, and so this was very disappointing for me. I feel like I keep spitting at the camera, so if I keep spitting, I'm sorry guys. And the last book I was disappointed in, I wasn't disappointed, but then I was. Okay, so let's just go on with it. So it is The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. Now, I really loved the first part of this book. I thought how she built up the world. I thought everything was gorgeous and lovely. Oh my gosh, look at the pages. I love it whenever the pages are uneven. Can you tell? The pages are uneven and it's wonderful. I felt like Holly Black really did such a good job of building up the world, of building up the lore of the Fae and their town, and everything how she writes with Fae and forests and everything that just sounds so beautiful is beautiful. And I loved all of the first half of this book. And then the second half just started to kind of go downhill. After reading The Coldest Girl in Cold Town, which is also written by Holly Black, I really want to guess that Holly is a pantser when it comes to writing. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, a pantser is someone who doesn't plot and outline their novel before they start writing it. I really think that she kind of doesn't have in her head, this is my opinion, I have no idea if I'm right or wrong, I have no idea. But my guess is that whenever she writes, she doesn't know an end to her book. Because I just have not liked the ending of this. The ending of The Coldest Girl in Cold Town was okay. I felt like it could have just been a little bit more bam, and it kind of wasn't, in my opinion. And so it kind of really makes me wonder if these books are just kind of written without having a clear mind of what the ending is. This is totally my opinion. I have no idea how Holly Black writes. And honestly, I love her writing. Her writing style is gorgeous. And I really liked both Coldest Girl in Cold Town and Darkest Part of the Forest, excuse me. Overall, I did like this book. I was just kind of disappointed by the latter half of it all. It just kind of started to be kind of a continuous fall that was really quick wrapping up, and it was just kind of like, that's it, after all that, that's it, that's done. I don't know. I really liked this though, other than kind of more the latter half of it all. Alright, so that was round 14 of the Strike Back Videoathon, and so tomorrow I'll be posting round 15, so you gotta check that one out. So those were all of my disappointing reads. I think I probably have had a little bit more disappointing reads in the past, but those are the main ones I can really think about. Thank you all so much for stopping by today, and I will see you next time.